Welcome back, guys, to another video, in a way an explainer video, and then a case study at the same time. And today we're going to talk about how we turned $255 into $13,000 for a client with paid ads in less than 2 weeks. So it's going to be a full breakdown. Everything mentioned here is built out in a Notion document. If you want access to it, just reach out to me on IG mentioning this exact thing, and then I'll send it to you. Now, the numbers might not be huge, but obviously if you start to multiply them and you say let's 4x this, you spend around 1k on ads, that turns into around 50k. So that's a 50x ROAS. That's unbelievable. If you think about it, you spend 1,000, you get back 50k. That's pretty much a cheat code. Anyone would do that if they knew the results were this easy to get. So I have basically 5 things here that I want to mention that we did. Now, for privacy reasons, I'm not going to mention the client's name, the exact, let's say, strategies that I used for him, but I'm going to do an overview of most of the things that we did for him, not specifically, but we're going to do an overview of what tasks, what we did for him, and what worked for him. First of all, a simple ad creative structure, and this could be done within an hour. So building out the structure for the ad creative could be done in an hour. You can get scripts within an hour. Filming them will take longer than an hour, but this, structuring your ad creatives, the scripts, the everything can be done within an hour. So it's a simple task. So let's get into it. When it comes to filming the ad creatives, most people get it wrong. You think that you need to film these creatives in a studio, you need to have expensive camera equipment and all sorts of lights that, shine from all sorts of places to make it seem like a movie. But the truth is, you don't. You can even film it off your phone. I've seen this guy film his ads off of his phone. The guy in Dubai is like, hey, do you have a mobile phone? Something like that. I know that guy got hundreds of leads. He's made hundreds of thousands of dollars through his ads just because he filmed them off a phone. But what you do need is good audio, a decent camera quality. Now it can't be blurry, but you don't need to have 4K, but something that isn't blurry and it looks alright. Somewhat good lighting. You should be easily seen within the video. You don't want to film in a dark room. Like, for example, for me, the light is shining from the back, so sometimes it does get darker, but you can see me, and that's important. And then the last thing is for you to be in the center of the video. You don't want to be, hiding yourself like this or like this. People look in the center. They don't look into the corner. They don't want to search for you. So you want to be in the center of the video. So here's a simple structure for scripting your ads. These ads are going to be maximum 45 to 60 seconds long, maybe even shorter. First of all, is a call out, which is basically the hook. It's maximum 10 seconds. You don't want to speak too fast, you don't want to speak too slow, but it's maximum 10 seconds, maybe even shorter than that. I would say maximum 5 to 7 seconds. You want to have a hook that stops people from scrolling and that is calling your ICP at the same time, your ideal client profile. By doing this, most of the time, your ICP will stop and watch the ad. If, let's say, you're calling out coaches that are fitness coaches that need more clients, it's like, you'd be like, are you a fitness coach that wants to scale their business or your offer, something like that. I have an example after this, but I'm just showing you what it would be like. Now, pain points. You want to mention a maximum of 2 pain points that the ICP is currently facing at the moment. You want to show that you know what they're going through. And then you want to go into the solution. Now mention how you can help them overcome this through your systems, process, service, whatever you have, product. Show it to them. Case studies. You want to eliminate the risk. Like, okay, you have the pain points, you understand that, you have the solution, you know how to help them, but have you ever done this before? Are you sure that this is going to work? So it is really important that you show the results of other clients that you have helped scale with the system. It will make people realize that the system actually works. If you don't have client results, use your own. And if you don't have your own results, you basically shouldn't be running ads from the start. Otherwise, you have to make some things up. Obviously, you can run ads without case studies, but they're not going to be so profitable. You're not going to get really good results. And if you do, you're lucky, I would say. but case studies always eliminate risks. And the last step, again, the CTA, call to action, again, no longer than 10 seconds. Don't make it long. This is the final step. You want to tell the person watching the ad to do something, like clicking off the link and booking a call, or going onto your IG profile and giving you a follow. Now, of course, this depends on the step of the funnel they are currently in. Now, here's an example of an ad script of such, using this framework, this structure. The call out plus hook, which is basically the hook. If you're an online fitness coach making 5K a month, the main problem you're probably facing right now is that you don't book enough consistent and qualified appointments. Now, this is in a way a pain point, but let's say this other pain point, you're stuck relying on referrals or cold DMs that go nowhere, and you're wasting time with leads who can't afford your service. Now, the solution is, if you actually want to scale and overcome the client drought to hit 20K a month consistently by leveraging a plug and play appointment system that brings you warm, qualified leads directly to your calendar. Now, to eliminate the risk, this is the exact process my client Sarah used to go from struggling at 6K a month to closing over 50K in high ticket coaching in just 90 days. And then the end CTA. So if you want more high ticket clients without burning out on outreach, give me a follow today and I'll show you exactly how to do it. See you there. Now, I'll go over in the strategy in just a second of why give me a follow, and not pushing them to like some sort of landing page with a VSL and then booking a call or stuff like that, or filling out some opt-in form. This is a very simple ad, and again, it's tied in with the strategy that I'm going to show to you in just a second. One thing I want to mention, and I mention it all the time, but a good friend, which I would call a mentor at this point, who does the same thing as me, is very good at what he does with ads. He gets really good results for his clients. Is that if you can articulate the prospect's problem better than they can, or as good as they can, they'll automatically credit you with knowing the solution, meaning that if you know what they're going through and their exact pain points, if you show them the solution and that it's worked before, they'll automatically credit you with knowing that is specific solution, and they'll want to work with you because they've already seen that you've helped someone else do it that is doing the same thing as they are. So they'll most likely want to work with you because you've already proven it to them that it works. And I have a task here for you. If you're looking to create ads using this structure, feed this structure to ChatGPT and get some examples. Then obviously put your offer, all the info you have, put your offer there, and let it build out some scripts for you. Obviously narrow it down. You don't have to go with the ones that come out first, because usually those ones suck, but narrow it down and then you'll get some pretty good scripts, believe me. Now, the second thing I want to go over is the strategy that anyone can replicate and still get results. Now, this strategy we did use for the client, and obviously anyone can use it, whether it's him or any other coaching offer you have out there. As I mentioned here, whether you're an e-commerce trading agency, Amazon FBA, and so on, everything. This strategy could be used for all of those. It is a very simple strategy used for warming prospects up and getting the most qualified leads, and at the same time it grows your IG account. Making the ad creatives relies totally on what strategy you want to use. In this case, we will be sending people to our IG profile to give us a follow, and for them to watch our content, and for them to obviously get warmed up watching our content, realizing that we know what we're doing and we've gotten results for other people doing what we're doing, basically. And our CTO obviously would be to go give me a follow. And best thing is, when you send people to your IG profile, you can see which people followed from the ads, and you can reach out to basically every follower, even though if they're not from the ads, but you will know which ones are from the ads, and you can specifically reach out to them if you wanted to do it like that. And then you reach out to them, you start a conversation, you slowly start to qualify them, and then eventually get them on a sales call if that's what you want to do. And the content also helps because you're proving that you know what you're doing. It warms them up. And there are multiple factors that play within this strategy. Such a campaign will be successful based on these factors. Now, the first thing you want to have is an optimized IG profile. It must not look outdated. The buyer should explain what you do and who you can help. Second of all, you want to have content. The content should all look the same, basically. So you want to follow some brand colors. You want to have some sort of structure. You don't want to be posting about literally everything. You want to be posting about the things that the people you're targeting within the ads are looking for. And again, have some color, have some, personal brand touch to it. You don't want to make it look like everyone else's content. And this is exactly what we did for our client. And you got around 5 to 6 new followers every day with this simple system, which is basically equivalent to 5 to 6 new leads every single day. Now, this is the exact funnel, I would say the exact process. The prospect watches the ad, they come onto the IG profile. We were sending people to the IG profile, then they would give a follow, most of them. So around 5 to 6, as I mentioned here. And then we would have an appointment setter. In this case, it wasn't me. So the appointment setter reaches out to the new follower. They start off a conversation. And then, over time that turns into a sales call. And then on the sales call, they close. The client closed because he doesn't have a closer for this. Now, obviously he can't close, he closes, but usually he closes. He's a really good closer. Next step is you want to offer value up front. You don't want to go for the hard sell. You don't want to push people to a paywall. You don't want to go for book a call with me right now. Now, of course you can do that, but it depends totally on what stage of the funnel you are in. So again, don't send people directly to the calendar. Don't send them to some sort of opt-in form. You can, but it depends on the type of campaign you're running and of course the part of the sales funnel you are in. In order to get more sales calls, more sales, or whatever your goal is, you need to offer some sort of value up front. In this case, as I mentioned before, where we're sending people to the IG profile, then people follow and we can reach out to them. They see all the videos on our profile, and that is pure value. Giving a follow doesn't require spending money. I don't have to be afraid or anything like that the person will try to close me on something, because it's just a follow. And it takes just a couple of seconds for the prospect to go on your profile, visit it, and press the button. So it's basically no effort. And also, when you are in the DMs with prospects, warm them up, send them client results, send videos on how you can improve certain things within their business. Look, be specific with them. Don't just, oh, did you make this much money? We have this, blah, 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 blah. No, give them client results. Give them stuff they can improve. And believe me, it goes a long way. And it's what we did for our client with the ads. We offered value on the ad too. I remember running ads where we were giving free structures on how to use some sort of AI, some sort of website, something like that. And the exact system and how it actually helps you get results. We were mentioning that. We weren't just, oh, we can help you. We were giving the solution. We were giving you value. And not just the solution to the pain points, but the actual explanation. It's something else to just tell the solution, oh, this is how we can do it. We were explaining exactly how we were gonna do it. And when you explain the solution, it hits differently than just telling them the solution, because you actually mentioned to them the exact process that you're doing. It's not just like oh, it appears out of nowhere. And then make sure to offer value up front. It will really warm the prospect up. They will credit you with knowing the solution, and you will sign more clients like this. Trust me. We have 2 more. So fourthly, you want to warm the prospects through other content material, as I just mentioned. And this goes for short form content and long form content. Again, this step goes hand in hand with the previous one. You need to have content that you can share with the prospect, whether you're sending them to your IG profile or not. This content will help the prospect understand that you actually know what you're doing, and the content will be seen as regular post or shared within the DM conversations you're having with the prospects, whether it is from IG or YouTube. I like to share content with people after they book a call with me, for example. I specifically. Some sort of case study that shows them that I know what I'm doing and that prepares them for the call with me. You can send necessary content within the DMs about your system or what you actually do, so that they get a better understanding, again, preparing them for the call. Now, here's a good friend of mine that does this both through short form and long form. Maybe you've heard of Omar if you've watched my videos. If he's watching this video, I hope you're doing well, and I'm happy to give you as an example. But this is one of his accounts, and you can see here, these are 3 of his videos. They're pinned, and he explains exactly what he does and how you can scale content agency and how you can land your first client. And of course, he's got more value videos besides these, but he's offering value. So That's one of the short form contents, and his YouTube does the same thing. It's pushing people to value. Obviously he does vlogs, but he also has client results, he has client testimonials, and he has calls with his clients, and he shows how they closed 5 figures every single month with content agencies. So it's unbelievable. The last thing is your unique proposition. When filming your ad creatives, you need to have a unique proposition, something that makes you stand out, something that keeps the prospects watching. That's very, very important. You want to hook them in and then make them watch your ad to the end. In our example, we did a name drop. When the client scripted the ads, he wrote a name drop. That was the actual hook. Huge clients that are famous all over social media, and his ICP knew. Now, obviously they don't have to be famous, like everyone needs to know them, but at least your ICP needs to know them. In our case, and this is specifically talking for the client, and I don't know if it's gonna work for everyone else, but what we did is we had a name drop with people that had hundreds of thousands of followers online, people that were very, very famous in especially the coaching niche, and obviously the ICP knew. And that ad really got tens of leads filling out our lead form and jumping on calls with him, which helped him make well over 5 figures from these ads. And the name drop is something we continue to use since we know it will attract attention and keep people watching. And you have to try to find something that helps you stand out. You could try a name drop too, obviously, if you have clients that people know. And for example, you can say money made within a short period of time while working only 3 hours a day. That's a good hook too. Now this probably applies more likely for people that haven't started in business yet. And then you would go into like a sentence where you say you can do this by trading, by doing outreach, things like that, etc. And a unique proposition will help you get more leads as long as it stands out. Like this itself that I mentioned here, it might not be a unique proposition, you know, some people might not stop watching it. Because for us, we had different hooks, we tested a lot of different things to find out that the name drop is actually something that works and people stop. So, yeah, do the name drop if you want to. Obviously, if you have clientele, we did it because we thought it was good and it did work. Now, if you're looking to run ads and want the same results as I mentioned for this client, or even better, you can book a call with me in the link in the description, or reach out to me on IG and I can discuss about your project, obviously give some free tips, what I would do in your case, and things like that, obviously, if you're interested. But without further ado, please let me know, guys, if you want more videos like this. I'm more than happy to make client case studies, you know, videos about what's working within the industry, things that you should do, and all sorts of things like that. So let me know if you want more videos like that. I'm more than happy to do them. But besides that, I will catch you guys in the next video.